What is the saddest thing you had to do to a friend? My closest friend suffered a massive aneurysm and almost simultaneous heart attack. She was probably dead by the time she hit the floor. Nonetheless, a nurse near her began immediate CPR, which the paramedics continued as she was airlifted to a large hospital in the city. As a registered organ donor, her body needed to be kept alive until all the relevant paperwork and legally required tests were performed. Her husband called me and I got to the hospital as fast as I could. Her family were grieving in the waiting room and unable to face going into the ward. I went in and sat with her. I got the nurse who had kindly washed her hair to snip half a dozen locks, which I had tied with red satin ribbon, red being her favorite color to wear, and placed in little organza bags to give to her family. With a little encouragement, some of her family were able to come in to say goodbye, but they were distraught and found it difficult to accept that this warm, breathing, sleeping woman with a simple tube coming out of her mouth was gone. Eventually the necessary legal documents were signed and then several doctors came in to perform the required tests to prove irrefutable death. Those tests are quite confronting, but I promised her family I wouldn't leave her alone while they were being carried out, so I sat on a chair at the foot of her bed through it all. I knew then she really was gone. The doctors finished and left, and I held her hand and kissed her forehead. I was able to reassure her family that she had indeed passed. She wasn't just my friend, she was the closest thing to family that I had.